Good day everyone. This video is about Samsung company, and it is made by Lepistö and Roman Kvitkin, with the help of the program called Lepistö, because Roman and Lepistö don't have proper equipment for making a decent voice recording. Let's get started. Samsung is the South Korean company founded in 1938, and currently it is the biggest manufacturer in electronics in the world with the company's revenue of $174 billion in 2016. Besides the electronics, Samsung has other industries, such as shipbuilding and construction, and it is the second largest company in shipbuilding industry in the world. Samsung is the very big influencer in South Korea economics development, politics, media, and culture. The largest subsidiaries of the company are Samsung Electronics, Samsung Heavy Industries, Samsung C&T and Samsung Engineering. Supply chain strategy. Sustainability is important in Samsung's supply chain strategy, and it has around 2,500 suppliers worldwide. The company has Samsung Supplier Code of Conduct, and it means that suppliers must operate within local regulations and international standards. Besides that, Samsung uses best practice analysis, which means studying how other large companies manage business and adapting the best strategies. Now let's talk about the Samsung supply chain management strategy and its 5 criteria. In economic criteria, that includes all 5 of criteria: cost competitiveness, on-time delivery, supplier competitiveness, response to risk, and human resources capacity. Samsung secures an all-encompassing competitive edge in cost, delivery, quality, technology, and human resources in order to maximize synergy, speed, and efficiency with the company's suppliers and create a corporate ecosystem that enables sustainable growth. In social, that includes response to risk and supplier competitiveness. Samsung requests that international standards and regulations be abided by in the areas of human rights management, work environment, ethics, and conflict mineral issues, with an aim to build an open and transparent management accountability system that engages all stakeholders along the supply chain. And for the last one, environmental, that also includes response to risk and supplier competitiveness. Samsung works solely with eco-partners certified suppliers so that it can assess and manage the environmental impact that may occur in their components, raw materials, and manufacturing process. For the supply chain strategy itself, there are 4 main milestones, and the first one is the supplier operation. Samsung endeavors to build strategic partnerships with top-performing suppliers based on mutual trust. Therefore, the company adopts a fair and transparent process in operating its supplier registration system for new suppliers, while performing annual assessments to assist companies' suppliers in reinforcing their competitive edge and minimizing relevant risks. Partner collaboration programs. Samsung's business philosophy comes from the competitive edge of its suppliers. The company further pushes the boundary of its win-win management initiatives to include both domestic and overseas suppliers. Samsung provides a wide array of programs to support funding, education, and innovation to ensure that its suppliers become globally competitive. Supplier work environment. Samsung fully takes on its responsibility in advancing human rights management along the entire supply chain, abide by international human rights agreements to guarantee workplace safety, and comply with the code of conduct set by the Electronic Industry Citizenship Coalition. The company regularly monitor all our suppliers to identify issues and make necessary improvements, while the company encourages its first-tier suppliers to create a safe workplace. Such commitment to workplace safety extends to Samsung's second-tier suppliers by way of first-tier suppliers. In doing so, Samsung contributes to building a sound ecosystem across its supply chain. Conflict minerals management. Samsung bans the use of any minerals unethically mined in the Democratic Republic of Congo or in any of the other 9 adjoining conflict areas. To this end, the company operates the trade compliance system while investigating all its suppliers for their use of conflict minerals through the conflict minerals reporting template, which is available within the TCS. Samsung shares information concerning conflict minerals in real time with all its suppliers to ensure that they do not use any materials containing conflict minerals. Samsung value chain analysis. Picture of what you can see on the next slide is an analytical framework that assists in identifying business activities that can create value and competitive advantage for the global electronics company. Logistics strategy. Samsung has 579 suppliers globally, and the company's supply chain includes over 2,700 suppliers in various industries across the world. The majority of Samsung's suppliers are based in Asia, and accordingly, 79.4% of its supply chain expenses occur in Asia. This is followed by Americas, Europe and other places. In order control inbound logistics aspect of the business more effectively, Samsung owns a number of logistics firms as its subsidiaries. The most notably, Samsung Electronics Logitech, established in 1998, is an integrated enterprise logistics management agent that serves logistics needs of the company with 540 employees and 8,600 partner employees around the world. Samsung Electronics is a global company that operates 38 production bases in 17 countries around the world. The company manufactures 90% of its products in-house. Samsung outbound logistics. Although Apple, formerly led by late Steve Jobs, is generally acknowledged as the pioneer in introducing modern smartphones, Samsung has proved to be exceptionally quick in launching its own products to compete with Apple. Effective outbound logistics system plays an important role for Samsung in terms of being able to deliver updates of its popular products to customers in a timely manner. Samsung Electronics Logitech mentioned above facilitates the major part of outbound logistics operations. Moreover, Samsung Electronics Logitech conducts the comprehensive range of logistics operations, including negotiation of payment collections on behalf of Samsung and dealing with insurance claims. It can be argued that effective integration of information and communication technologies into outbound logistics practices is one of the major sources of value creation for Samsung Electronics. The last thing is the 7 supply chain transformations at Samsung. First, listen to voice of customer. At macro level, Samsung tries to understand the behavior of consumers in particular country by sending staffs to attend MBA programs at the local universities. These country specialists also establish the connection with many business leaders and potential business partners. At macro level, they gather the customer preferences and incorporate them into the product design through a method called quality function deployment. Second, adopt Six Sigma methodology. Based on quality movement in the electronics industry, Samsung believes they can improve the internal operations drastically using Six Sigma. Then the company study various Six Sigma approaches from Jet, DuPont and Honeywell. Later, they create the methodology based on Jet approach called the MAEV: define, measure, analyze, enable, and verify. Third, utilize apps system. Since the electronics market changes quickly, Samsung need to be able to create a flexible production plan. So the company implement apps system, which brings the remarkable success. Fourth, set up cross-functional team. In order to bring the internal departments closer, they use the system called Voice of Business. What they do is to gather the internal requirements and establish an action plan based on collective decision. Fifth, streamline performance evaluation system. The classic problem of many organizations in Asia is the seniority-based performance evaluation system. Samsung thinks they won't be able to attract the best and the brightest to help them grow if there is no performance-based system in place. Eventually, the company gradually integrates the merit-based system and allow high performers to have a fast-track career path. Sixth, standardize processes and parts. To achieve the economy of scale, Samsung standardized processes and parts, and the majority of components are produced in Korea. This also enables them to manage product quality more effectively due to the ease of control. Seventh, establish risk management system. They realize that risks are the fact of life. So Samsung implements a very comprehensive risk management system, and their risk mitigation strategies are low inventory level, flexible capacity and redundant suppliers. At the end of the video, many thanks to the teacher of logistics and supply chain operations course, Sari, for giving the opportunity to make the final assignment in such interesting form. This video has been made 100% by me, Lepistö and Kvitkin, and we strongly believe that such interesting and humorous way of doing this assignment as this text-to-speech program, and that voice in particular, made this video more pleasant to watch. Thank you for your attention, and we hope this video was interesting.